Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So, Avalon is officially off ulcer treatment. She was on it for 32 days, somewhere around there, just to be on the safer side. We don't know if she actually had ulcers or not. We just know on the ground when backing her up, she seems uncomfortable. When you, she sees something on the hill. When you ask her to speed up under saddle, she seems uncomfortable. When you ask her to slow down, she fights you a lot. Her teeth have been checked. She's had wolf teeth pulled. That was last year. She's been chiropracted. They said she has a locking stifle, although I have ridden old horses with a locking stifle, and it just doesn't feel like that's what she has. Even my vet said she doesn't believe she had one because she has checked her multiple times just to make sure it's not anything physical. So, she's very dirty. We're going to ride her for the first time in 32 days today. As you guys have seen from the other two videos, she's had a couple days of groundwork here and there. You pretty thing, you pretty muddy thing, yes you are. And now, I did talk to a couple different vets. One vet told me you can see progress on the first ride, like a big, huge change if it was ulcers. I don't believe in that because Kamani did have ulcers and we didn't know it, and she would lay down on me. She would turn out on me and duck out on the ride. Just very uncomfortable, and I think it took like 10 or 11 rides to even see a small difference with her. So I'm not going to go off that. Even my vet said it could take up to 6 or 7 rides, sometimes more, depending on if it was ulcers and how bad it was. She's been off it for about 3 or 4 days now, so it's not like we gave her last dose yesterday and now we're trying it, you know. So we're just going to groom her, tack her up, and we're going to ride her around a little bit and just kind of see where she's at. And like the vet said, she thinks it could be behavioral, the reason she acts like how she does. It could just be how she is. There are some horses that are like that. That's fine if it is. But I'm just kind of being precautionary and just making sure I cover everything and not just chalk it up without even trying anything as, oh, it's behavioral. So just trying to do my best to see and make sure that she's as comfortable as possible for a riding horse. Okay, so once again, we start off very slow, very calm. Just have to pop the whip a little bit at her. I did not hit her. I have a short whip, getting her out of my space. And here she licks and chews. That's really great. That's when we're starting. So you can just see she's very fast, not relaxed. She's listening, but we go through a few issues, and it starts here. So she bronked up a little bit, and I say bronk up because she normally doesn't do that big of a buck. It's normally like a tiny go hop and done. And here you can kind of see the height and everything she got. So I give her a little tug, get her attention on me, and ask her to continue on. And I thought at first maybe she was excited, but with how many times she kind of does this, I'm thinking it was just having a month off and being fresh. So we worked for quite a while because this is going to be a little bit of a longer video, but I wanted her to relax. I didn't want to get on or put her up when she was still being super tight. If you really look, she's moving fast, choppy, and tight. She's no way at all relaxed. Have to kind of pop the whip on the ground, and you can see right there she was a little hunchback. Here she's a little hunchback, cold back, whatever you want to call it. And this is interesting to me because she's had 4 months off before, and then I've been on her. Little attitude there, that's fine. I don't mind the friskiness. There's a little humping there, a little hump back here, but she's had a little feistiness here. She's had 4 months off before, and I've climbed right on with no groundwork before, and she's been fine. So this is interesting to me. Sorry if you guys can hear the kitten. Having to kind of get after her to change there. She really didn't want to change. So there is in slow-mo. She's really not wanting to change. And she's very just tight. She doesn't look relaxed or comfortable at all. The girth wasn't even done up to where I could have climbed on. It was just like tight enough, like if you're putting a colt on a saddle for the first time. So this is interesting to me. And I like here how she's looking at me, paying attention. I like how she comes in, very quiet, very soft. And here I am just loving on her, letting her know it's okay. So here I am just checking the girth, making sure it's not pinching on her, anything like that. And there's a lot of releases here. Shaking the head, tail swish, snorting, sneezing. Lots of releases, lick and chews. That's all good signs. And she actually looks really good with her mane and tail brushed out. I need to do that a little bit more often. She looks really, really pretty. So I'm just letting her stand and breathe for a little bit. Nice lick and chew. But you'll notice throughout the video, she does a ton of head bobbing. Just really pay attention to the video. There is a ton of it. And there's a little buck right there, tiny little one. And you can see I have a long, long line. I'm not like hanging on her face. So there I said, whoa, and she just stopped, but then tried to come in and then didn't want to back out. So I had to get after her a little bit there for that. So asking her to canter here, and just that alone, that fast, and then there's the bucking there, that fast departure, here's the bucking again, that just tells me I think she's just tight, and the weather, it could be excitement, it could just be she hasn't had a saddle on in 2 months. I think it's been 2 months. So there's a little kick out right there. Just honestly, I think if it was friskiness for her, and I know her personality, and look how fast and off balance, and just look how she's reacting, it doesn't seem like it's friskiness to me. It seems like it's discomfort or just being a baby and being unsure. So I'm gonna love on her, bring her in quite a few times when she starts to kind of stop bucking and hauling around really quickly, and I'm gonna go back and do baby stuff, and I'm gonna shake the stirrups. And here I'm just loving on her. I like how she steps in right there. I actually do like that. So here I'm doing literally basics. I am tapping the saddle with the whip, and she's not breaking in half, but she's having a little bit like uh-oh, what the heck is that moment. So when this was happening, I was very, very happy I did not climb on, because if she can't handle a little whip on that saddle, and this mare has been all over the mountains with me, then I'm not gonna get on. It's just not smart. So I just went until she relaxed, till she stopped, excuse me, and then I helped her relax. So I'm just gonna ask her to lower her head a little bit, and there, and then I'm gonna stop and let her think about it, and let her know, hey, look, you're still alive. She was very dramatic, but that's fine. So we did the other side too, but I sped up this side. But I just want to show you, she was bad on both sides. It wasn't just a one-side thing. So we will get there. We'll go back to all the basics if that's what she needs. I love that lick and chew. She's thinking about that. That's great. So ask her for a change here. And she just looks tight still. Very tight. So here's where we went into the round pen. She is breathing hard. Now, could I get on her? Yeah. But she has bucked with me a few times before. She is hard to stop. So, yes, I'm talking about you. So with those combinations, I don't feel like risking myself just to get on, just to see how she's going to react under saddle. I have all summer to do that with her. So if it takes a couple sessions, or maybe even 30 days back on the ground to get her where she's comfortable with the saddle again, even though she was comfortable with it, what, a month ago when I posted the video of me riding her at a walk in here, that's fine. We're going to do what she needs. Yes, she maybe had ulcers, and now she's feeling better. Now, she was never, ever cinchy. As I mentioned, she's never, ever cinchy. But she does crib, and with her behavior, the vet does think possibly could be ulcers. But we did the 32-day ulcer treatment. So, I don't mind her getting sweaty. It's actually warm today. I'm in a sweater, but I'm actually sweating with my sweater on. So, after I get done working her, I'm just going to let her stand tied with the saddle for a little bit. And Kamani, I don't know where she went, just turned 5 on the 21st of April. So, I think I'm just going to take her out and groom her while this one stands tied. But we're going to work her in here for a little bit, off the line. and just see how she's feeling off the line, because this is a more consistent circle than out there on a 15-foot line. So I'm just waiting, and I don't mind that she did that either, because that's good, that didn't bother her. So what I'm looking for, I don't really care about head down with her because we haven't really accomplished that on the ground very much. I'm just looking for a nice relaxed pace and a consistent pace and a consistent, good, change of directions without humping up, getting tight, bucking. And this way, I'm not pushing her to where she's going to slip a lot. She can kind of go her own pace as long as she's going the gait that I ask. So this is nice, but see how fast and choppy, and she's looking to the outside of the circle, but she is listening to me. If you look at her ears, she's listening. Very good. So I'm just looking for her to slow her pace. There's the birthday girl. Slow her pace, relax, and just kind of calm down a bit. Ask for a change of direction here. Now, I don't like that. I hate when they come in the center like that. But for right now, I'm not going to worry about it because... Don't want the canter. Just trot. As I was saying, I'm not going to worry about that right now unless she keeps crowding me. Because, whoa, settle down. Trot out. Trot out. Thank you. Trot out. As I'm trying to say, I'm not going to worry too much about it because that's going to wound her up with the way that I correct it. I kind of march in on their space and get after them, and I'm looking for her to relax. Now, if she gets incredibly pushy, let's change her. If she gets incredibly pushy with me and is kicking out in my space and all that, then I'm going to get after her and not really care if I'm winding her up to calm her down, if that makes any kind of sense. But I'm just looking, that's a nice relaxed trot there. That's pretty good. So I'm going to say, whoa. Good. Now this is what I like, when they stop like that. When they stop kind of straight where they're at. That's very good. Just going to let her breathe for a second. The canter here. There. So I just had to swing that whip like that a little bit. That's fine to me. I have a short whip with me. Good. I have what they would call like a dressage whip or a trick training whip. I'm going to ask her to change here. Hey. Now, if she's going to buck, I'm going to put a little pressure and get after her because I don't really want her to think that's okay. If she's in pain, that's one thing. But you notice I'm not beating on her for bucking. I'm just adding a little more pressure and asking her to get moving. Change. There, she came in, but she got herself out a little bit. Whoa. Whoa. Now back up. I want you out on that circle, not in mine. Back. Whoa. Thank you. So she's getting to the point where I was working on my groundwork a lot with her. So I asked her to come in a lot to work on it, and she got really good at it. And so now she thinks every time I say, whoa, it means come in. And I want whoa to mean you stop your butt right then, right there, and you halt right there. Because I think that's going to help a lot with her stopping too. Continuing to walk, her head's low. And a second ago, she started to lick and chew a little bit. Which again, if you guys have seen my videos, this mare doesn't really do that a lot. So this is good. And I also just want to make sure she's going to be safe for my boyfriend because he's never ridden. And he's going to be learning mostly walk on her in here. Walk, stop, back up, flexing, emergency stops. So I got to make sure she's going to be okay for that. I'm going to get ready and ask her to change. Keep out there. Very good. See, at the walk, she's very respectful and turns on the fence, and I really like that. But when she gets faster, she tends to, as you guys can see here, come right in on top of me. So we'll work on that another day, but right now I'm just looking for her to relax. I don't mind her sweating. It's good for her. Especially them being on free choice hay. They got a little bit of bellies to them. So that's a nice quiet trot. She's not being speedy, so I'm going to ask her to change her. Get after her a little bit there because I want her to keep her pace while I'm asking her to change. So I'm just going to start implementing that a little bit more. Now, nice quiet pace and nice and relaxed. I would like the head to come down, but if she doesn't, that's okay. Can we get a nice relaxed canter and in on the note? Nice. Okay, have to ask a few times. She's being a little speedy, so I'm just going to wait for her to relax a little. Just want her to relax that pace. There. Change here. There. That's really nice. Really nice. Keep it up a little bit more. Whoa. Whoa. There. So I actually really like how all that ended. That was really great. So I'm going to leave the saddle on her. I'm going to take her over to the poles over there, and we're going to tie her and let her stand and relax. Very itchy girl. It's been a while since she got to work out and got sweaty. Good for her. So I'm just going to leave her here for a bit. She's proven that she's not going to completely break into with the saddle on. Now, again, I could have ridden her, but it is slick. And if she were to throw a buck, whether out of excitement or just because it's been a while with the saddle, she could trip and fall on herself. She could trip and fall and roll over the top of me. There's a lot of things that could go wrong. So I'm just not willing to risk that when I can wait a few days, work with her again, and get on. But as you guys will see, she got a good workout, all sweaty. And I did actually brush her mane, even though it looks like I didn't. And I brushed her tail. And she's shedding, even though I brushed her. So she got a good workout. And she's not completely soaked in sweat, but I think she got enough sweat to get a little bit more of an education, as you can see here. So I'm going to leave her here, tied up, just to relax, think about what happened, let her know, hey, I didn't push her, and nothing bad happened. She was so tight. When they're really tight like that, I don't want to risk myself or them, or other way around, them or myself. I have another horse, I have other animals that depend on me. We are in a very rocky pasture, and even out on our road is gravel, and it's super slick because it's been raining all week. So it's not worth it to injure yourself or the horse. Why push it when I know that she's got no brakes and she is very hard to get going? So it's going to be a little bit of an argument with her to get her to go, and then it's going to be an argument to stop, and then you have slick ground and you have a tight, uncomfortable horse, whether it be from excitement, time off, things like that. To me, it's just not worth the risk to get hurt. Other people are going to be like, oh, just be a cowboy and get on and buck her out. I don't do that. If you guys have seen me ride Boog, I don't do that. I don't agree with that. It terrifies me. It teaches the horse that when they're scared, which a lot of horses buck out of pain, out of excitement, out of being scared. So to me, when you're riding a horse that bucks and you're bucking them out, you're just teaching them that their fear doesn't matter to you. That's just my opinion on it. And I learned that the hard way with Boog, getting my butt thrown a couple times into the fence and then him charging me and almost running me over. Luckily, I had people with me and they chased him away before he ran me over. But my whole point is, why am I going to push her now to get on just to see if there's a difference with her having an ulcer treatment when I can wait, work her like this a few times, get that education back instilled into her, and wait until she's more confident and comfortable and maybe the ground's a little bit better and it's less of a hazard. So she is going to stand clear out there and rest and relax and cool out while I groom Kamani. If she had just done like that one little buck and then relaxed, I probably would have gone on. It probably would have just been excitement. But she was so tight that out here we lunged for 14 minutes, 15 minutes, including breaks. And she was still tight, which is why I took her into the round pen. It's a more consistent circle, you know, than that line being tight and loose, trying to get her to bring her nose in and pay attention a little bit. And you guys will see, I think we only spent 5 minutes in the round pen. And she was relaxed, quiet, calm, and licking and chewing a lot more, paying attention a lot more. Her ears were flicking and paying attention a lot more. So to me, that's a win. Someone is very filthy, so we're going to groom her. She just turned 5 a couple days ago. Just going to clean her up, ignore the neighbor's dog. I know. My little feral girl, huh? Okay, so she's all groomed. And she's going to go stand tied while I bring Avalon over to untack her. Alright, so this one stood for probably 20 minutes or so. So we're going to untack her and groom her. And Kamani is standing tied. So I'm not, for anybody wondering, I'm not mad with Avalon about her bucking. Or it doesn't really upset me as much as it used to. I used to be like, oh my god, they're bucking, you know, I'm doing something wrong. But honestly, I'm wondering if it's just the week of rain we've had and the week of rain we're about to get. So for anybody wondering, I'm not mad at her. I didn't tie her to punish her, because I have been messaged and told, why are you tying him? That's a punishment. No, I'm tying her to let her know that when you relax and calm down, the work stops or slows or gets easier. When she calmed down and relaxed, that's when she got to stand, relax, and think. So, this one is being tied in the round pen on the tie ring because she still sets back. Kind of being the pull back queen lately. So both my girls are standing tied and getting brushed and messed with today. And we're just going to go untack her and groom her. And that's all I have planned for these two today. I'm going to have to figure out something because while she was standing tied, this is a brand new breast collar I just won with Kamani. And yeah, those are my saddle strings. So, gonna have to figure out a way to tie these up. And I might have to cut them because they're pretty damaged. Why, child?